Once there was a shepherd boy who rose to become one of the mightiest kings of his time. He wasn't born into royalty. He didn't wear a crown. But there was something about him, something only God could see. God looked at his heart and declared, "This one will one day lead my people." This is the story of David, his journey from the field to the throne. David wasn't an ordinary shepherd. While others saw a boy, God saw a king. His assignment, sheep; his attitude, excellence; his heart, a servant's. God saw how he protected, how he cared, how he served, and so he chose him. The oil flowed, and destiny began to stir. David honed his courage when no one watched. Every lion fought, every lamb saved, every stone aimed, was training for a destiny he couldn't yet see. One ordinary day, a father's instruction led to an extraordinary encounter. "Take food to your brothers, check on them," David obeyed, never knowing a giant was waiting. But David didn't flinch, he didn't cower, he knew who he was, he knew who God's people were, and more than that, he was skilled, ready, and confident in the Lord. One stone, one shot, the boy who served became the warrior who conquered. But after the victory came trials. David didn't become king overnight. Instead of ruling, he became a servant. He played music for the king. He served in Saul's court. He obeyed. He watched, and he learned. David remained loyal, kind, and courageous, a heart of service that drew others to him. But in Saul's palace, admiration curdled into jealousy, then obsession, until the king's envy drew blood. Hunted by the throne itself, David fled into the wilderness. David, the anointed king, was now a fugitive, hunted by the very throne he was promised. From palace courts to wilderness caves, he wandered not as a prince, but as a man pursued. Yet in exile, something greater was being forged. David's true crown emerged, not made of gold, but of character. He became a shepherd of men, binding up the broken, welcoming the rejected, defending the weak. Outcasts became warriors, strangers became brothers, and his men would gladly risk their lives for him, because he had first laid down his life for them. In the wilderness, David did not lose his calling. He found the heart of a king. And at last the opportunity stood before him to end his oppression and claim the throne that was promised. He held the symbol of his enemy's weakness in his hand, yet refused to strike. But David knew it was not his sword that would secure the promise, but God's hand alone. He remembered that Saul was still the Lord's anointed, and God himself had declared, "Touch not my anointed." The crown was coming, yet God's timing demanded a heart refined in fire, tested in waiting, and strengthened in humility. And just at God's appointed time, the promise became reality. From field to throne, from servant to sovereign, David, the shepherd boy God saw, was now King David, the man after God's own heart. And so, from the fields of Bethlehem to the caves of wilderness, David's rise teaches us powerful truths. Lesson 1. God sees the heart, not the appearance. While others overlooked him, God saw a king in the making. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. Lesson 2. Faithfulness in small things prepares us for great things. The boy who protected sheep would one day shepherd a nation. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. Proverbs 22:29. Lesson 3. Obedience opens divine doors. A simple task, bringing food to his brothers, led him to face the giant of his generation. Lesson 4. Courage is born from confidence in God, not in self. David faced Goliath not with fear, but with faith. The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. 1 Samuel 17:37. But the people who do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. Daniel 11:32, Lesson 5. True leadership waits on God's timing. Though he was anointed, David refused to take the throne by force, knowing promotion comes from the Lord. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge, he putteth down one, and setteth up another. Psalm 75, 5-7. Lesson 6. Honour those in authority, even when they fall. David spared Saul's life, declaring, I will not touch the Lord's anointed. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves. For they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy, and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Hebrews 13:17. And even the worldly leaders, then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. Matthew 22:21. And here's God's promise if you have an oppressive leader. And after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. 1 Peter 5:10. Lesson 7. Leadership is service. In the caves, David gathered broken men and built an army through love, not control. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant. Matthew 20:26. And finally, the trials we face are not to destroy us, but to refine us. David's wilderness was not his end. It was his training ground. Every battle, every heartbreak, every moment of waiting was shaping the heart of a king after God's own heart. We end the story of David's journey to the throne here. As King David begins his new chapter in destiny, how does a king stay humble when power tempts? How does a man after God's own heart stumble and rise again? Join us for part 2, The Reign of King David, where mercy meets failure, worship wars with weakness, and a king learns that true royalty kneels before the King of Kings.
Thanks for watching. Here at the Joshua 1:8 Network, our mission is to saturate the world with godly content and build a vibrant community of believers who desire to know God and live out His will. Dive deeper with our rich library of playlists and video series, including Bible People Spotlight, the Psalm series, Wisdom for Life series, Aui, and coming soon, our Children's Bible School series. Like, comment and share to help spread the word and encourage someone today. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode in this powerful discipleship series. Thank you for being part of this mission. Let's grow together in truth and purpose.